Hello everyone, Silent here. Welcome to episode 43 of Silent Survival. Today we're going to be doing a whole bunch of random bits and bobs, fixing up the item elevators on our storage system, and doing some random cool beans stuff. So, on a live stream, we caught ourselves a random creeper face down here. This guy's name is Jeepers Creepers, and that was really fun to actually capture him. So the main project of today is going to be farming the absolute hell out of this guy. If you guys have not seen the last episode, then we made basically the full infrastructure of what is going to become a creeper and spider only farm, and I've actually already seen a creeper spawn down there on the lower levels. Apparently I missed a torch or something, so that's kind of scary. But yeah, today we're going to be building up the rest of these platforms, getting all the redstone in and making this thing fully functional, and I gotta say, pretty awesome looking. Definitely looking forward to having a nice supply of string for wool and gunpowder for rockets and maybe even some TNT. That would be kind of interesting. So at the beginning of this one, we have two things to take care of. One of which is me thanking you guys a lot for your response on the poll that we did at the end of the last episode. So if you didn't watch all the way to the end, then you will not know about the poll that we did. But basically, I asked you guys if you liked fat or slow episodes, fast or slow, and a whopping 78% of you guys actually said faster episodes, which is great. Thank you guys ever so much for that response. We'll probably be doing more votes and more polls at the ends of episodes, so keep your eyes out for that. If you find the episode boring or something, you can just skip to the end, see if we do a poll or something. I don't know, whatever works for you. But the second thing we gotta do, let's get to this now, is actually name the things after the people from the last couple of episodes. We didn't do it last episode because I forgot. I sometimes forget to do this. It is kind of a grindy project, but if you don't know what I'm talking about, we name a fully enchanted diamond gear after people from the comment section, and we have a lot of stuff named after a lot of people. Not so many shovels, no swords, but this episode's lucky people are going to be Chasis2 or Chasis2, I don't know how to say that name, Bendy Gaming, Barajurita, I don't know how to say that name. I'm sorry I butchered it. And also Mr. Gaffman. Thank you guys for leaving comments and supporting this series. Very, very much appreciated. And if you guys want to get something named after you, just leave a comment down below, and you might get something named after you in the next episode. So I guess the first plan of action is to get the rest of the spawning floors into this farm here. So I'm guessing we can probably get maybe 5 or 6 more layers in here, meaning that we're going to need some more observers and a lot more iron trapdoors. We're using iron trapdoors because we actually have a lot of iron from our quad iron farms, so that is nice. I think we have like a stack of trapdoors left over. Yeah, we have 57 to use, and then we're probably going to need about 8 or so more stacks, because it takes about 2 stacks of iron trapdoors per layer. So yeah, we're basically just gonna break all of this and then turn all of this into iron trapdoors. Jeez, gotta love seeing just tons of iron flying everywhere. Alright, so a little bit of resource gathering later from our storage system. I think with these 4 shulker boxes, we have all the materials that we need to build with. We have observers for our activation circuit, along with dispensers for the water buckets. We got 10.5 stacks of trapdoors. From all of that iron, I used all the iron that was in that double chest, 30 or so stacks. I didn't count. Then we got a bunch of stone and slabs. So yeah, now all that's left to do is actually get cracking and start building this farm. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to build up a quarter of one of these spawning platforms so that you guys actually get the feel of how you do this. So you want to build these out of slabs, preferably just because they cost less and they're just easy. So these are top half slabs, and that means that this is also a spawning platform along with the ceiling of the platform below. So you want to make these going out by 8 blocks from the center, meaning that you have a 17 by 17 platform. I believe that that is correct. If I can do math while recording, I think I can though. Yeah, that sounds about right. So we're gonna go with it, 17 by 17. Anyway, then you just connect up the corners here and fill that in. And then what you do is you got to put trap doors on the ceiling, and that makes it so that the taller mobs such as skeletons and zombies and witches, they can't spawn because they're just too tall. These trapdoors make it so that only spiders and creepers can spawn. And a lot of you guys know this, but not everyone does. So, figured I would be talking about it while we're building it. And yeah, as you can see, this takes a lot of trapdoors, and hence why we're not using wood, because we don't have a wood farm, and we have 4 iron farms going 24/7 when we're at our base. So we have a lot of iron to burn, and that is basically the entire building process. I have built these platforms so many times, and every time I build them the same. I branch out by 8 and then I connect 2 of the corners. But this time, what I did is I connected all of the corners. I just went all the way around, got the perimeter in, and now I'm filling it in. And this is actually a much, much easier way of building the platforms. Can't believe I never tried this before. Seriously, I've done so many tutorials on these kind of flushing mob farms. I've built these so many times, and I've never tried any alternative ways of actually making the platforms. That was so easy. I mean, they're normally pretty easy, but that was actually extra quick. Alrighty, so the first platform is done, and now what you gotta do is kind of go into third person and check around and make sure you didn't miss any trap doors. Looks like I missed one over here, and the reason why you want to make sure that you don't miss any is so that you don't have any other mobs spawning in here. And if they're spawning somewhere in the middle, then they're never gonna move because they're just gonna be stuck there, and then they're gonna be messing up your farm, which is not good times. I think that is everything. And yeah, it looks like I only missed the one. Very, very, very fine. So now I think what we're going to do is figure out how many more platforms we can actually build. And that was a perfect ender pearl, gotta say. I've ender pearled into some pretty awkward spaces before, but this is something new. I mean, can I even, like, yeah, look at that. I'm just boots, guys, just boots. That's all I am. Jeez. Alright, so I figured out that we need a total of 6 more spawning platforms. I think we can technically fit a 7th up there, but I don't really want to push out. I'd rather just keep it at 6. And actually, I think that's going to be the ceiling right there. So we're going to have a total of 5 more spawning platforms. Okay, good to know. So if that and our 12 spawning platforms that we have already, that's going to give us 17, which is actually quite a bit. It's definitely going to be the biggest flushing mob farm of this kind that I've seen, which is pretty cool. And it's gonna be pumping out the creepers and the spiders, going into our storage system, and adding just a little bit more lag to this world, which is gonna be very excellent. So yeah, I guess let me get cracking on with this project. So I've been hearing this Enderman around me. He teleported down here a while ago, probably like, 5-10 minutes ago, and I've just been hearing him make sounds, and you guys want to know where he's at and what he did. He is right up there, and he placed down one of my grass blocks, and now he's standing in it, so that's just lovely. These guys are destroying my world, but they're funny as hell sometimes. Since the last time I recorded, I think I've done 3 or 4 layers. I'm not sure, but I just got to do this one last layer, and then that's going to be the roof. And then I guess I'll have to deal with that guy eventually. So this guy is now teleported down, and I've built up a little bit of the floor around him. I actually ran out of trapdoors already on the last floor at that. So I've deemed this guy Greg. This is now Greg, and he will forever be known as Greg. And we can like barely even see his body, just his legs. It's wonderful. I wonder how much Greg actually likes water. Let's find out. And he's gone. Apparently not too much. Oh, wow. I just discovered one of the platforms that I half did. Look at this. I went up by another like 4 layers already, and I just now discovered that I half did this platform. That is so typical of me. It's not even funny. Jeez, what a derp. That is definitely a derp moment. And that's the first one in a while, actually, besides the Blaze Farms. That was a major derp. Never mind. We derp a lot, don't we? All right, so it is now about an hour later, and these platforms are all but done. So we just need to add in a little bit of redstone, and actually, the Enderman block is gonna come in handy. That's pretty great. Jeez, thanks, Enderman. You were just looking out for me after all. Sorry I poured in water on you, Greg. You're great. I'm sorry. So, yeah, this is where we're going to be doing all of the redstone now. We basically just need to run the redstone right on top of this dispenser here, and I think we'll just have a hopper clock up here, and then a redstone line going back to a lever somewhere down in our storage system. Maybe on the first level of our base. I'm not really sure where exactly we're at right now, so I'm going to need to do some poking around and find out exactly where I can have this on switch for the farm. All right, so I know where the farm is. It's at 16, 64, and 75, and those are the coordinates. So it is like 4 blocks above us, and I found a spot that would be perfect for the lever, and that is pretty much right there for redstone lamp. There's a little bit of a cave back here, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I've always wanted to do something with this cave, never had an idea for it, so now it's just gonna have a redstone line. And yeah, also one thing I want to bring up, just because randomness, this is actually the center block of our base. When I was planning out the iron farms, I randomly chose this dirt block right here as the center block of our base, and that is what all the iron farms are based off. I don't know, kind of random, I know, but kind of just wanted to bring that up for no real reason. So now we have a beautiful tunnel going all the way to our farm. And yeah, this is just laid out in stone bricks for us to put our redstone on. Cleared out a little bit of area for us to put our redstone. I think it's literally just going to be a hopper clock and then maybe a T flip-flop. And that's all we're going to need. And then we have this bridge going over here to this dispenser, and that's going to activate the entire farm. Literally going to be super duper easy. So yeah, I guess let me get this redstone in. So it would appear I have found yet another bug. If we go ahead and remove this piece of redstone dust here, this whole thing will activate, and then you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. See this right here? This is a whole bunch of no-no. This just isn't working. And somehow it's activating something over here. I don't even know. What is this doing? It's activating, like, trapdoors somewhere. I think it's trying to activate these, but it's just not doing it. I honestly do not know, so I'm going to need to change up this redstone line, apparently. So raising all of this redstone up by 1 block seems to have fixed the problem with the shenanigans. If we go turn on the hopper clock again, you guys will see that in action. And yeah, no idea why that was happening. That's the first time I've seen that particular shenanigan. But yeah, now it is actually properly working. And also, mobs don't spawn on redstone, so we don't need to worry about spawn proofing this or lighting it up or anything. It's all good. So that was a nice little simple fix. Not often that actually happens. And then this is our power line with our indicator light. So if that is on, the farm will be off. No, actually, we need to change that. That's going to be on. So that's actually the perfect fix to that. If we turn this off, then the farm will be off. Sweet. So basically we just need to turn that off. And that is just a hopper clock and a monostaple. Super duper easy. And I've actually been leaning towards this monostaple more recently because it's just a nice little monostaple that works across platforms. Very nice. A little bit more expensive, but I do prefer it. So now what we're going to do is actually, I have no idea what I'm going to do next. Let me figure out what I'm going to do. So I discovered a bit of a fault with how my redstone was set up. The way that I had it before, the platforms would be flushing, so they would have water on them for about 20 seconds or so, and then they would be dry for about 20 seconds. So the way I just changed it, it should only flush water every like 20 seconds, and then it should be out for just long enough to push the mobs to the edges. And what we're actually going to do now is we're going to hop down here, and then we're going to pretend that we're a creeper right here. So there we go. We should be getting flushed all the way to the edges. We're not going to move. Okay, so we need to add some more delay even. Probably about another 2 or 3 repeaters just to get the mobs to flush all the way to the edges. Very glad that I discovered that. That would have been a lot of lost efficiency. So I kind of just ended up brute forcing it. I couldn't get a comparator like pulse extender or whatever going, decay clock thing. You know what I'm talking about, to work. Could not get it to work. It just kept pulsing. I was like, whatever, I have repeaters, I'll just use those. But yeah, that is finally giving a long enough signal to push everything from the very center off of the edge. And that actually took way more time than I thought it would take. You remember when I said it would be super duper easy? Yeah, it wasn't, as is normally the case with this game. Jeez, it just always likes to be a pain in the backside, doesn't it? So now it is time for the fun part. And what we need to do now is put in all the water buckets into all of these dispensers. So I'm going to do something super cheaty, and that is fill up all of our water buckets. And is this working? I think that this is a functional infinite water source. Probably should have done this before I even came to the platforms, but whatever. No, don't overflow my thing. Okay, this is totally not working at all. I'm losing all my buckets. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, cool. I think I only lost a few. I'm stupid. Never try that. Never try that at home. It's not worth your time. Okay. So let's remove all that. That was such a derp. So let's throw a bucket in there, and then basically I'm gonna be enderpearling from floor to floor, and just filling up these dispensers, and then we can actually do our first proper test. And because we're using torches on these floors, the water buckets are just gonna flush them off. So we don't need to remove those. We don't really need to do anything. So I just got done double checking all of the spawning platforms, and I am a triple derp. We have had our third derp this episode as far as I'm aware. I completely forgot to do like half of one of the very, very bottom platforms. Probably like the fourth platform up, completely like half done. Half the trapdoors weren't on it. I am so stupid. Please butcher me in the comments. Oh, so stupid. Anyway, they've all been double checked. They should all have water buckets in them. So let's test out this farm, shall we? I think all we need to do is remove this torch and then rush back up here, and we should see a whole lot of water buckets being dispensed. Oh, no. We need to stop this. Stop. We're gonna break that. I did not put a proper amount of items in this. That would have been a really big derp. So I guess temporarily let's put 30 items in it. Yeah, 30 items. That sounds about right. And then place that there. All right, cool. And then that should flood all of these platforms. We'll see all the torches go away. And it didn't do the lower platforms. Yes, it did. It just wasn't rendering. Very fine. So it is actually working. Look how many torches there are. Quite a few. I already set up a little bit of an automatic collection system down there for this. Very fine. I'm very, very happy that this actually all works perfectly. What a relief. So it is now the next day. It got quite late last night, and I have since received the best news that I could possibly receive. The Xbox One edition of Minecraft, the one that we're on right now, is going to be receiving another update. Hell yes! We need some stuff to be fixed. Observers mainly, so that we can clear out our ocean monument of shame. And I swear to God, if it is just a mini game update, I'm gonna go to 4J's office and I'm gonna be like, just why you do this? So I've done a little bit since I last recorded, and the main part I did is get the infrastructure in for our item transportation system. So you saw I grabbed the shulker box of glass. We also need to go around fixing some elevators. Because apparently the cross shape loses items, and apparently the full 3x3 loses items as well. I'm not really worried about that right now. We'll get to that in a minute. What we're gonna do now is try and design something entirely new. Oh yeah, also I kind of forgot to mention I put in the waterway. This is for the items to be shot out from our farm. And also I've been AFK while editing the video that I put out for the Xbox One being announced, the new update. And we've already gotten like a couple stacks of string and some gunpowder just from mobs being absolutely retarded and walking off the platforms. So that's pretty cool. Passive farm. I also discovered one little bug, or not really bug, kind of a thing with our redstone. When it finishes a cycle, or like when you turn off the farm, it doesn't flush the platforms. So that means that that's going to be a hostile mob a cap filler. So basically, we're not going to have that many hostile mobs around our base anymore, which is going to be absolutely amazing. I'm going to love that. That's perfect. Alrighty, so now it's time that we actually try and invent something in one of these episodes. Haven't done that before, I don't think. Maybe we have, I don't know. So what we're going to try and do is make these two glass item elevators that are perfectly lined up. They're in line with each other, work and function. So basically a midstream item input to this glass item elevator. So we need to remove all of this. The main thing that I'm thinking might actually break this is that items coming up the item elevator from below don't want to go through that hopper or that dropper right there. Hopefully that is not the case, and I don't think it will be, but that's the only thing that's coming to mind when thinking of this build. So we're going to build our normal comparator clock right here, and then I guess just do that. And cool, that does actually function. Let's throw a few items in here just to make sure. And cool, okay, so that works as an item elevator. So let's throw a few items down there. Let's throw like a stack of items down there, and those should be coming up here soon. We need to replace that block, and hopefully these items will go through. They do. Awesome. So that does actually function as a midstream item input. Awesome. I've never seen that done before. That means you can have multiple inputs into the same glass item elevator. That is truly something. Sweet. Let me clean all this stuff up. So I just randomly found some diamonds as I was making a actual like access route down here, and yeah, let's see how many we get from this. I'm gonna guess maybe 10, and this will be very, very useful for our Hall of Heroes, where we actually need a lot of diamond armor still for all of our patrons and Twitch subscribers. So 17, that's actually not bad. Pretty cool. Was not expecting to find any diamonds. So now that we have our redstone in and our collection system in and even an access path back there, I think now what it's time to do is flick the lever and actually turn on the farm. So we're going to flick that. That should turn on the redstone and activate the farm here shortly. So let's go back here and see what we can actually see, shall we? It looks like it kind of just flushed everything. Not entirely sure. Oh, right, bats. Bats is a thing. I guess this is going to be kind of a passive mob filler as well. I'm not entirely sure. We should see this activate sometime, though. Maybe, hopefully. I think I still have 30, maybe 40 items in it. Yeah, there we go. Sweet, cool. And yeah, we got a couple spiders and stuff. Awesome. There's some creepers. Sweet. So let's head down to the actual collection area, the death chamber basically, and see if there's a whole lot of just bad happening down there. It sounds like, yeah, there's a whole lot of death. There's definitely a lot of things in here. I kind of want to open this up. Here, let me get out some glass, and then when I break this block, I can replace it with some glass so we can see in there. Perfect. Oh, the spiders are climbing. Ooh. Okay, we're gonna have to find some sort of workaround for that. I'm not sure what to do about that, but it kind of looks like it's working. I don't know. If you guys have any suggestions for how we can fix this, fix them climbing the walls, then please do let me know. I hate spiders in game, yeah, they're just a pain. So please let me know if you know how to fix this, because it's kind of a huge inefficiency. Hey, there's some gunpowder. Sweet. So it is fully functional. Nice. So now what we need to do is actually add a gunpowder filter into our storage system, which is gonna go right next to the what do you call this stuff? Glowstone? Blaze powder. Yeah, I almost said blaze powder. Jeez. Yeah, so glowstone. So we need to push all of this stuff one over, which isn't really a big deal. We haven't really filled any of this stuff up, except, oh, we're completely out of end pearls. Cool, so I need to get some from the end. Okay, yeah, so that's super simple. Let me do that right now. All right, so there we go. I got our actual item filters in. We already got a stack and 21 of gunpowder and also a couple stacks of string. So very fine. We're doing very, very good. Now all we actually need to do is fix up our item elevators that we have all around our storage system. And that is as simple as actually putting just a few more blocks around them. So here's one of them. And yeah, all we got to do is fill in the corners basically. And yeah, let me go around. I think we have a total of 4 item elevators. This isn't going to take it too long. So I've done a lot of back-end work to the storage system, making it more efficient and changing up all the item elevators to be full 3x3s. Even these aren't completely lossless, but they are significantly better than just the crosses. I also changed up the upper areas where they actually collect the items into the water streams, because I'm sure all of that stuff was losing a little bit of items, which isn't great. So hopefully we don't lose too many things, or really anything preferably. So I'm going to do an AFK session overnight to see how many resources we can get from our new farm. Currently we have 2 stacks and 56 gunpowder and 2 stacks, I'm guessing, 3 stacks and 3 strings. So pretty good. Maybe take a gander at how many resources we're going to have at the beginning of next episode. Also, we're going to do another poll at the end of this episode, and that is, what is the perfect length of episode for you guys? There's going to be a whole bunch of different options. Please do pick one, and yeah, you can also feel free to let me know what you think about the poll, and your answer down below in the comment section would be very much appreciated, because I'm currently aiming for like 20-25 minute long episodes. Okay, one last thing to do. I made a new memento for the Hall of Mementos, and its name is Splosion Farm, and today's date and the episode number. And this is our last memento, the first Nether Star we got from the Wither Skeleton Farm, and that was about 2 months ago. Jeez, we need to make some more of these things. Actually fill up this hall, that would be cool. So, yeah, that's going to do it for this episode, guys. Thank you ever so much for watching. Please do leave a like if you did enjoy. It really does help out the channel a lot, and maybe subscribe if you're new. I'll see you down in the comment section and in the next video. Thank you for watching, and then there was silence.